Today on Crypto Oasis, another version of Crypto Oasis, I am joined by Dollar Cost Crypto and Cultivate Crypto to discuss, Crypto Mindset Quarter 1. Don't go anywhere, guys. Crypto Oasis starts right now. What's going on? Oh boy, I almost lost my voice, guy. What's going on, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition of Crypto Oasis. Man, we're getting an early start today. NOEPRR says this guy fell off so bad. Yeah, he's right. My hairline is looking real dusty these days, so I will cop to that. However, since growing out my hairline appears to be coming back. So I guess I'm not going as bald as I thought I was. So shout out to NOPRR. Looks like a big tough guy with a cat emoji. It is what it is. I am joined, of course, by two of the most knowledgeable people in the crypto game ever. Charlie of CultivateCrypto.com and, of course, Miguel, a.k.a. Dollar Cost Crypto. How are we doing today, boys?
Doing good, man. We're in the
good.
We're in the 304 capital of the world, Miami, right now.
Isn't it interesting? The 304 capital of the world is the 305. Ain't that something?
Close.
Yeah. What? So let me just get you guys' opinion on Miami, because you guys have talked. The one thing I really liked that you guys said when we first started doing the show, you said crypto is the red pill of finances. So now through the red pill lens, how do you see, because you guys are on Fresh and Fit, you guys are going to be doing Fresh and Fit Money Mondays again. Have you guys been on After Hours yet, or have you guys experienced that?
Yeah, we're always behind the scenes on After Hours, and sometimes we've jumped on for like a little bit just to say one or two things, but we haven't been on the panel yet.
Yeah. Oh boy, that is. I'm gonna tell you what, man. Being on the Fresh and Fit After Hours panel, guys, it's the most fun. I fucking love it, dude. I love being able to dunk on hoes and not have to run a show. That's why I have fun.
Yeah, But well, I should have, like, it was really interesting, like around 2021 when crypto was like its all-time highs. We had it would be every other after hour, some girl would mention that her boyfriend had a bunch of crypto money.
Yes.
I think the one famous clip that we did there was this chick was lying that she had like 10,000, 30,000 Bitcoin. She doesn't work, and then she's working at Subway.
The bitch didn't do the math.
Right.
I've got 10,000 Bitcoins. No, you don't. What the hell are you talking about?
She's like, those things are all worthless, right? Like, it costs
totally. They're worthless. Just go ahead and give them to me. Yeah, just give them to me. I'll take it off your cold storage hands. Bitches are stupid, man. We all know those things. So, Mac Jr. Truckin says, "Where you been, nigga? Damn." I'll make an announcement on that a little bit later. So, what is going on with your crypto mindset course? I'm going to lead off here with Miguel. Then we'll go to Charlie. What's going on here with the quarter one here in 2024? Give me the 35,000 foot bird's eye view.
Things are going great. Things are going really good. Things are going really good. Yeah, prices have just skyrocketed. So we had Bitcoin in early last year go from 16,000. Now we're very close to $45,000 right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just Bitcoin alone.
Oh my God!
That's not talking Ethereum. Ethereum dropped to $800, is now sitting at $2,300.
Oh,
not too shabby. There's a Bitcoin Ethereum ETF that passed, which is crazy. So now you can, if you've got a 401k, you can buy Bitcoin now.
What? Are you kidding me? So you can now buy a 401k using Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You can use your 401k to buy Bitcoin. Right. Yeah.
The world is changing. Charlie, what are your first impressions on the way the crypto market is happening right now?
So here's the beautiful thing. Last year was the year of most economists crying wolf and saying, we're going to have a recession. We're going to have a recession. And, in 2022, by definition, we technically did have a recession, just the government didn't want to admit it. But through all of that, right. And then we had FTX collapse. We had so many negative things in the market. In 2023, Bitcoin doubled, right? It actually more than doubled. It went from $15,500 to, I think, the peak at the end of the year. By the end of the year was around 40,000 and some change. So almost a 3x. And what that means is, and if you look at the timing of it and everything, and kind of where things are moving, what it means is Bitcoin is fitting its 4-year cycle to a T still. The 2018, the 2018 low was December of 2018, and then 3 years and 11 months later, November of 2022, that was your next 4-year cycle low. And then if you go to the peaks, the same thing. 2017 December was the peak. You go 3 years and 11 months later, not quite 4 years, and you had the peak in November of 2022. So when we look at the Bitcoin halving that's coming up here in April, usually you get a run up into the halving. You might get a bit of a dump post halving, and then you run to new all-time highs. So that's what we're seeing here for 2024. Last time that happened was 2020, and despite everybody in the economy saying, "Oh, but this is different, that's different," and everything, Bitcoin is still performing exactly the same. And the funny thing is with the ETF being approved, it did run up Bitcoin, I would say probably an extra $5,000 to $8,000 than where it would have been otherwise.
Really? Hold on, before you go, why is that? Why did FTX affect Bitcoin? It obviously does, but that's a big jump. Am I wrong, or is that normal?
Yeah, no. So the ETF has been something for about 10 years that the SEC has been trying to slow down or deny and not get through.
And now we know why.
Right, exactly, because it does give tailwind to Bitcoin. Of course, there's a flip side of the coin. BlackRock now has, I think, almost $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, and so and they bought that within a month. So when and they've got to have some stuff besides that they're not putting on the ETF, of course, in the background, right, in the vaults. Right. So at the flip side of it, in 2025, when we get to the higher end of the cycle or the top of the cycle, then that will cause sell pressure. So it could limit, like Bitcoin might not go quite as high as it would have otherwise, but it will stay at those highs longer. So if you're paying attention and you're being smart about it, it'll give you more time potentially to take profits in 25 as well.
Oh, very good. So I remember you guys used to teach diamond hands and hodl, but it's very important to be disciplined, but you still have to take a profit. Yes. And so that segues into my next question. And if you guys are so inclined, talk about your own personal portfolios. I remember Miguel and I, before Charlie joined, we were talking off the air about some of the successes that you've had without giving away your social security number and blood type. What do your portfolios look like? We'll start with Miguel.
Yeah, so basically I hold probably, like, I wouldn't say I'm trying to calculate in percentages, but I'd probably say like I'm probably holding like 5% of my portfolio in Bitcoin. I'd say somewhere closer to like 20-25% in Ethereum.
Okay.
And from there, it kind of goes into more like L1 altcoins. So these are like things that are like an L1 is something that's like Ethereum, like their version of Ethereum.
Oh.
So I'm very invested in the Hex ecosystem, Pulse chain. Hex is now got not just a single coin now. It's now has like its own Ethereum and its own Uniswap and its own like ecosystem now. So I would probably say that's probably closer to like 30% of my portfolio. And from there, I've got Solana, Phantom, AVAX. That would probably be another like 25%, give or take. And then the leftover is kind of pretty much like GameFi coins. Which are like video game coins, basically. Believe it or not, like there's quite a lot of coins in the ecosystem that are going to do really well. There's a coin called like Alluvium that we did very well with. Like, this is a coin I was buying for like, I would say $300 and went up to $1,800. But here's the story that no one really talks about, is that during that time I was yielding off of it, so I was earning a lot of coins off of that coin. So I was able to then take those coins and sell them later on and stuff like that. So it made a really good chunk of change on that coin.
You sly devil, you.
So
nice.
So what we were doing in the bear market is like, so every bull market, right? With every bull market, there's new coins and there's old coins, and then what will happen is during a bear market, we figure out what's hot and what's not, what's gonna make it and what isn't. So apparently, we were able to do some research and stuff, and we figured out really quickly that the L1s were going to survive.
Okay.
So this was surprising, because usually when you have coins come out, they die. 99% of them die, but we had like 90% of all L1s survive. Very weird, very crazy. So that kind of led us to saying like, oh crap. So this is going to be a double narrative on these L1. So that means we're probably going to get a very high price spike on these again.
That sounds like that. So if it goes from 99% failure to 90% failure, if my math is correct, that's what, a 100% jump. Am I wrong? Or is that 100 or 1,000? It's gone from 1% to 10%. So yeah, that's 1,000% jump.
Yeah, it's substantial. And then on top of that, because there's so many crypto coins, that means a lot of coins survive. So we had a ton of coins survive. So that led us kind of to believe, and it's part of the narrative that we're going to be talking about in the Crypto Mindset course with our thesis, is that we're heading into one of two ways. We're either heading into something I call like a 2017 cycle, which is, it's very retail heavy. That means this time around, retail gets in like in 2017 was basically like this. We had 2016 was a little bit like this, good price up, and 17 was straight up like that.
Yeah, man, dude, those are the good old days, right?
Right, but the 21 cycle was a little different. It was just more of like steady Eddie up. Still, we had some good like pumps, like wow, this feels euphoric, but like the prices were just steadily going up for 2 years. It was really like, even though it felt great, it was great. Like I I made the most money I ever made in 2021.
Okay,
but me and Charlie were both around 2017. That was something complete. It was euphoric. It was I've never experienced anything like that since, and I'm getting a lot of feelings that's going to happen again.
Wow. Okay, so you're calling this the 17 cycle. That's wow. That sounds very exciting. Charlie, what's your portfolio looking like?
Yeah, just to take on to that last point there first. And that's what I kind of meant about, like in 2021, we had the kind of double top on Bitcoin. You had a little bit of time to take out profit.
Okay.
The reason for that is because we had the energy from retail to have a cycle that was a little bit more explosive, but the sell-off from the whales and from kind of at that point, your shadow Wall Street players is really kind of what held it back. So we might see that again at the end of this bull market in terms of the profit taking, but in terms of the speculation, I think you can kind of contain, the Wall Street can try to contain retail sentiment for a bit, but I think at this point it's going to get so strong, this bull market, like Miguel said. Plus we have Larry Fink from BlackRock, we have Kathy Woods from ARK Invest promoting these ETFs and promoting Bitcoin to the general public. Now it's okay. It's not quite as faux pas anymore to be into crypto. So I would say that. But in terms of the portfolio, pretty much same coins. The heaviest allocations are Ethereum plus Illuvium, which is that GameFi token Miguel was talking about.
Right.
And then Pulse Chain and the Pulse ecosystem. A lot of what I was doing in the bear market was simply parlaying gains that we had from the last bull market into this one. And then, of course, paying taxes, right?
Yeah. Then there's that, right?
Yeah, I say that with a smile on my face, but in my heart, I'm a little bit more dead inside.
But we always die a little bit inside when we pay our taxes.
I will say one more thing, too. So that's where it's looking like we're heading. But me and Charlie, this isn't our first rodeo. This is going to be the third cycle we've been a part of. It's going to be the second cycle that we've taught for 3 cycles in total that we've been in crypto. And we are still prepping our guys for the possibility, and we have a lot of things we're looking out for of like maybe this thing ends short. So we're putting our guys in positions where they're up in so much profit that we are going to suggest to our guys. I mean, it's up to them to listen. We're going to suggest to our guys, hey, let's take the money. Like one thing I always have when I do consultations and stuff like that is I ask people, go look at how much money you put in the crypto space. Go look your dollar cost averages. Oh, you got a bonus from work. Count it all up. What have you put in? Some guys will say, oh, I put in like 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 bucks. Well, at certain point, like right now, a lot of our guys are already multiples out already. But so it's still a little early to take profits, I believe. But what's going to happen sometime, it could be in the middle of this year or late this year, is there are going to be many multiples on top of that. So it's they should be in a position where they should probably take that 50,000, maybe 100,000 out, and then let's see what happens with it.
Should they wait? Okay, so should they wait until the end of Q2 to take that $50,000 to $100,000 profit? Is what would be too early and what would be considered too late?
It's just we just started this year, right? This is next year. It's just a little too early, no matter what. But whenever we get like a really big, like holy crap, we really went up. Like when everyone's very happy. That's you get a couple of those every cycle. As you get like in 2020 there was one, everyone was killing with GameFi, was killing it with with DeFi.
Yeah.
Then Bitcoin really ran up, and then 2021 we ramped up like crazy. In April that was another opportunity, and then again in November. So we got like 4 big events in two in 2020 and 2 in 2021, and more than likely we'll at least get 2 in this year. Big ramp ups in the space.
Yeah.
What do you got, Charlie? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to add, like, to that point specifically, you can use some on-chain data to try to basically see, okay, where are we starting to get too heated? Because we also used it at the bottom of the bear market to understand, like, how cheap are we compared to like where Bitcoin's been in the past, where people held it and stuff like this. And so there's a website called lookintobitcoin.com, just giving a resource here for anybody who wants to use it. There's a thing called the golden ratio multiplier. And if you look at different peaks in the market on that specific one, it'll give you some areas where it tells you, like, okay, we're getting warm, getting hot.
Oh yeah,
getting really hot, And so if you look at that, not only there's a bunch of different indicators with on-chain data other than that as well. But if you add on to that and you get many data points that say something similar, then you'll get a lot more screaming at you to take profits. But the only other thing I was going to add was, in terms of a few other coins that I do have that I'm bullish on as well, is Cardano. I think is going to do pretty well this bull market.
Okay.
Fetch AI, simply just because the AI trend is taking off here as well.
And pay attention, you guys. This is sauce right here. For some of you guys that have been paying attention to the space, these most YouTubers are not going to give you that. They're going to give you
exactly right. I was going to say these are the kinds of information that can almost be the difference between like maybe 2xing or possibly even 6xing. So pay attention, guys.
Yep. Well, yeah, and look at there, dollar cost average strategy.
There it is. Right? There you go.
Price. So yeah, look at bitcoin.com. If you scroll all the way to the top, I think of the main page. I don't know if you go to the very top. Go hover over charts.
Okay. Oh wow! Look at
there's a ton of data, but the golden ratio multiplier might be, where is that beast?
No, I got it. It's right here. I got it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you found it before me. Perfect.
Yep. Yo, this is crazy. Is this live? Is this in real time here?
Yeah. It's about maybe like a day or two delayed. But if you zoom into the far right side, you can kind of see we just hit that green area.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah, and so that's the kind of first area where you're like, hey, you're warm. You might want to look at, okay, should I shave a little off? But if you go to the last bull market top, which was there in 2021, and you had 2 of them. You zoom in a little bit. Yeah, right there.
2021. Oh, there's 22.
Yeah, the double peak at the top there. At the top right of your screen, right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
That's right here.
So you see it hit the purple on that first peak.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Right here.
Go one cycle back. It hit the dotted line above the purple. You go one cycle back from right.
Yes.
That last peak right there. In 2017. And then you go one cycle back from that. And that's
so it's 20.
It comes down
16, 17.
one
okay, gotcha.
level each cycle, basically.
Wow, look at that's not what I wanted to do. Oops, yeah, you got to watch what you press here.
Yeah,
there we go. Okay, so now, but you can see the steady incline on this.
And it just tells you, okay, so if it gets to that red level there, towards sometime in 25 on the far right side,
okay,
top, I think you have to go. There you go. If it hits that red level right under the purple,
yeah,
if it hits purple, fucking run for the hills.
Hey, listen, that's what you get here that you don't get anywhere else. Speaking of dollar cost averaging, Flynn Ryder, and the questions are coming in. Shout out to Ken Rose with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that very much. Flynn Ryder says, can y'all talk about dollar cost averaging out? I guess dollar cost crypto would probably be the best guy to lead this off.
So just like how you've been kind of DCAing. So the one thing we've been saying over the last year is kind of you have the whole year and a half to DCA. Now, by DCAing, that means you're kind of buying everything that you want, kind of like just scattershot shotgun style, bam, into everything, right? Yeah, as time goes on deeper into 24, we're being a little more select with what we're buying. Where beforehand, we're just closing our eyes and just like, I'm getting some of this, getting some of that, because because these prices are not going to come back.
Okay.
Right? But at some certain point, you're going to be up multiples, and it's just the sort of thing where you start taking chunks out depending on news. So if a coin's like doing, because what will happen is you'll have a coin go really crazy on you, and that's the time usually when you start taking profits on that coin and back into cash.
Okay, that makes sense.
So right now, like me, because I've been in crypto a long time, if I have a coin run up a lot, I'll sell 20% of a coin off, wait for it to come back down because it will. Buy back my position, and then with the leftover money, I buy another coin or I add to another position.
Oh, wow.
We call that Johnny Appleseeding. But at a certain point, it doesn't make sense to do that anymore because basically, okay, there's no, like, it's like winning at it's like I not to use a casino thing, but like let's say I'm winning a bunch of money at the casino, and I just keep making my bets bigger and bigger. Cool, I'm fucking killing it. And then at some point, you know what? I think it's pretty stupid to be betting. I was betting $25 a hand.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing 2,000. I'm hitting the table limit at 2,000.
Trees don't grow to the sky. Like at some point, the law of averages is going to come back, right?
So you start taking profits probably like 5% to 10% of the time, but it also makes sense too because like at some point you just got to take small little chunks out. But what'll happen is you're taking these small little chunks out on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and then the coin just starts going bananas. Then you take a huge chunk out at that point, 25%, because if it's already like you're already really comfortable with selling right there, and then it fucking doubles on you or does like 60%, you got to take a larger position out. And the beautiful thing is if you look at your coins in terms of percentages, you never run out. You can always keep selling coins forever.
You got to have balls to do something like that, though. You have to be, you know what I mean? Like
and you're never going to feel 100% smarter because we can get close. Like we can get 80% of the top. That's not that difficult. Like the bottoms, like me and Charlie predicted we bought the Bitcoin bottom, we bought the Ethereum bottom, we bought the Pulse chain bottom, we bought the Hex bottom, we bought the Cardano bottom, the Solana bottom, the AVAX bottom. I can keep going too. Like we bought the all-time lows from all these coins. And there's more math to that. But now what happens is when you hit a bull market, it's still there's still math and money and everything, but you have one extra element: human emotion.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is
FOMO,
the X factor of X factor.
Craziness. Yeah. Miguel, I got equity in my grandma's gonna kick the butt. She's gonna give me a shit ton of money. Should I buy right now? Sir, no.
Have you ever seen the movie The Boiler Room?
Yes.
Oh my God. Remember rule number 1, never pitch the bitch. And the reason why you don't pitch the bitch is because if she loses money, she's going to want to throw herself off a building. But if she starts making money, she's going to be calling you every 10 minutes, trying to figure out how this is where that emotion comes into play. So I've got another question here from Hex Majestet. I'll give this one to Charlie. Says, guys, do you have any tips on Phantom meme coins? I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but what are your thoughts here, Charlie?
Yeah, we like Phantom and the whole ecosystem quite well. The one thing that you got to be really careful of with most of these layer ones is that most layer ones don't actually perform, meaning they don't actually the coins except for the layer 1 itself. So Phantom is the layer 1, Ethereum is the layer 1, Solana is the layer 1. These coins have all done well.
Okay.
But coins under Ethereum, coins under Phantom have done well, but coins under Solana have not. So you got to be careful. In general, meme coins kind of do well everywhere.
Okay.
But
that I didn't know.
Yeah, but you have to understand you're betting on BS, right? You're just betting on, okay, is this the best joke that we can basically keep pushing out here? So I wouldn't really, for me in Phantom, I haven't really gone into meme coins, so I'm not like, I'm not going to be jumping into that. I mean, we do, we like Pepe. I know there's some people in the chat who are talking about Pepe there on Ethereum.
Yeah.
But every ecosystem has its own kind of like inside joke and stuff like that. So,
okay. All right.
But one thing I would say is just, sorry.
For Phantom, it's Sonic. They're really Sonic. New coins and shit.
But like that one, you go to the web. Like I don't know if you have Donovan pull up that website, but like holy shit.
Oh,
man.
wait, which one? The one we were just on?
No. Like the Sonic one, but
okay. Yeah, give me.
There's some ridiculous when you get to meme websites. It's basically just the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen in your life. So like, for me, I'm okay to trade a meme coin, but I'm not going to be investing in them. So
all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, very good. Gabadee with a very good question. He says, thoughts on still buying DOT, or should I focus on another coin in that ecosystem? Dollar cost crypto. What are your thoughts here?
So should I focus on the coin in that ecosystem? I think basically you've got to kind of buy DOT and Kusama.
Okay.
I think they are recovered. They did lag out quite a lot, but now they finally have started to move. The big tall tale sign for me was basically the founder of Polkadot. He's back on YouTube. He's streaming, and this is kind of like this is something that we teach you guys in the course. Is cryptos are a mixture of a football team with the religion with the financial asset.
Oh, okay. I like that. And we'll talk about the crypto mindset course here shortly. But yeah, I like that. I like that analogy.
So it's kind of a trifecta, right? So but it needs its figurehead, just like a company, right? You have Apple, you had Steve Jobs, you know what I'm saying? Like you had Tesla, you have Elon Musk. Like these figureheads are extremely powerful because they can help pump the coin's price as well as differentiate. Sometimes the coins are very slightly different. Sure, in the minutia, if you look at like, oh, my coin runs on script and yours on hash or whatever, you know, it's whatever the hell they'll say, right?
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's about user adoption. Are people going to be using your thing? Can you convince people to your side? So these CEOs are basically sort of salesmen, effectively.
Is that similar? Is that similar to the people that you guys mentioned earlier with the whole FTX thing? They came out and gave it sort of a ringing endorsement. Well, not really a ringing endorsement, but say, hey, look, we think this is a good idea. Is that the same realm or is that something different?
So, I mean, at the end of the day, like if you can promote good things and promote bad things.
Okay.
They promote something bad. Right. Now, there was quite a Tom Brady got caught up on this and everything like that. Yes. Terribly, actually, by the way.
that was not his best moment.
Right, but they gave him a lot of money. They gave him stock options, and they said, "Hey, promote this thing." Well, he's a nice Jewish boy, from New York and everything like that. I mean, he doesn't spend money. I mean, look at his girlfriend and stuff like that. Like they're two cute Jewish couple. There's nothing that's going to go wrong here and stuff like that. This is America's exchange. Beautiful, beautiful, and away we go.
Meanwhile, they actually have a Chinese haram going on, and Jesus Christ, what the
fuck? Tell them about that. That's so crazy.
Oh boy. We're giving away the game now, right? D Gonzo says, why don't we pull a quote GameStop and 173,000 followers, invest in some cheap stock? Is that not a feasible goal? Well, number one, 173,000 people do not get notifications when I go live, at least not on YouTube. But feasibly speaking, that sounds like kind of a joke, but kind of not. Is that something legit that someone could do, or is that something that would get the attention of the SEC?
Oh, it'd get attention.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
but there's a lot of people doing it, so it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, man. There's so many of these. Like, that's one thing I would say is like, there's so many of these in crypto. You just got to be careful of them. Like I've called them out sometimes in the past, but then at the same time, even calling them out, like if they have some plausible deniability about them, they can try to come after you for libel and shit like that. And it's just like, man, like even YouTube doesn't stop this shit, right? Like there's as long as these channels pay for viewership or whatever. Like, for example, there'll be the send me one Bitcoin, I'll give you two back schemes, right? Which are just blatantly stealing your Bitcoin. And YouTube doesn't take those down. They impersonate Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, all these famous people. And it's just like, so like,
well, it's the wild, wild. It's the wild.
It is the wild west here.
And so the main reason I have you guys on is because you guys have launched the crypto mindset course. And for my money, it is the number one, probably the most intuitive crypto course I think that I've ever been privy to. You guys literally, you guys are doing these people a big time service. You're condensing all of these years of knowledge into a course and essentially jumpstarting people's crypto, crypto investment career, so to speak. Miguel, tell me a little bit about how the two of you met, and what gave you the idea for the crypto mindset course. And then of course we'll go to Charlie and talk about some of the purposes, like what you hope to accomplish with this.
Yeah, sure. So I got to give a big credit out to Aaron Clary, Cappy.
Yes.
AssholeConsulting.com. Shout out to Aaron Clary.
Yeah, I love that dude, man.
The man that can't stop hiking.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. He's probably in Moab right now.
Yeah, right. So basically, I was watching his channel for years, and then eventually I think he mentioned the Rational Mail. I looked it up, found Rollo that way. From there, I was watching Rollo's content until one day that they ended up doing sort of a group show with. You may have been on it actually. Maybe you, and then I think a couple other people from the Red Pill as well.
Okay.
And John MLD was there, and Rollo said something on the stream that said, "Hey, anyway, John, you do a crypto show." I was like, "Crypto show?"
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was back in the Red Man Group days. Yep.
Yeah, way back in the day. So I was like, "Whoa, okay." So I look up John. Cool. And I was like, "Oh wow, they do a show right there." So I decided to DM John and Charlie. Charlie responded. I had a podcast at the time called the Crypto Gamble Podcast.
Okay.
I DM him, say, "Would you come on the show?" and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, sure." He said, "Yeah." So I was like, I had him on. Then he invited me on his show. I went on his show, and then from there, we were just getting in contact, just kind of shooting the shit for a while because we're literally probably there was only probably like 25 people total in the space. We're just like there's 2 or 3 content creators in the Red Pill space talking about crypto. John, me, and Charlie, and that's it. Jeez. Basically, no one in the Red Pill was talking about crypto besides the 3 of us.
Yeah, we had a lot of headwind on that at the very beginning.
You did. I mean, listen, that Tokyo crypto show every Tuesday. You're right. People did not make it easy, but you guys pushed through, and eventually here we are. So, so talk to me, Charlie, about the beginning of the crypto mindset course and what you guys hope to accomplish because you guys do this once a quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. What do you hope to, so why should people sign up to be in the crypto mindset course for Q1 here in 2024?
Yeah, definitely. So I'll jump into like, why did we even make the crypto mindset course and then go into this quarter specifically. So back then, after we started streaming for a while, then we were like, hey, let's do something together, a product or service that we can provide a lot of value to people from. So we started this was August of 2020. We started coming up with some ideas, and then we're like, okay, let's take a few months to perfect this, and we'll launch it in like December or something. Okay. But then we were looking at the charts, looking at the market. We're like, oh shit, this market's going to take off by the end of September. Holy shit. So we're like, okay, well, how can we do this? Well, we want to give people the course at a time where it's still advantageous in the market, where you can get in before a big move. That was pretty much the main beginning of it. And then we want to give everybody a balanced look from technical analysis to fundamental analysis, looking at on-chain and all of these things too. So then we're like, okay, let's put this all together. And then we did, and we had a lot of success in that first quarter. We didn't promote it, advertise it too much. And then the word of mouth through the Red Pill basically set the blaze after that. And in terms of the question, what made you decide to do the crypto course? So like, it was that basically at spur, the markets come in here. We either gotta, if we're going to make a product and service that we can put out there, we got to do it now. Otherwise it's going to be too late in the bull market, basically.
Right.
And so that's what we did. But then at the same time, with every single course that we've done here, we try to time it with an opportunity in the market. Right.
So what's the opportunity in the market right now?
So the opportunity in the market right now is we got, how do you say, you got your meal, which was the end, the generational wealth building opportunity at the end of 2022 when Bitcoin had its 4-year cycle low. Boom. Then here in 2023, in September, October, that was when we did the last crypto mindset course. We had our second meal or, something like that, which was what I call bottom 2.0. Then we went from $25,000 to $40,000. And now we're at this kind of next plateau, which is the third one. And then we might have a fourth one here coming up around May. So literally now going into the halving, the strategy has been for most people in crypto throughout the years is 6 months before the halving, you load up. About a year or 2 year and a half after the halving, you sell, right? And we've been trying to get guys to that. And so like where we're at right now is price has kind of found a nice level between $35,000 to $45,000. Yep.
It's at 43. It's at 43,084 right now.
Yep. So that's a big support area. It'll be chilling in that area for a while here. And then we think at the end of February, when we finish, because we have the course material from February 9th to the 23rd.
Okay.
And so during that period of time, we want to get you guys prepared for that opportunity that we see coming here at the end of February, beginning of March for that kind of plateau 3.
Whoa.
And what we've been telling people is when you get to the bottom, everybody's scared. So kind of like not sure what to do. So everybody's kind of like moving like a sloth. Then plateau 2, which we had at the end of or the middle of last year in September, then everybody's like, okay, I'm kind of walking at a nice pace. Now we're jogging a little bit. We're starting to get going. And then by the time we get to May and June, that's where people start like going at a brisk pace, start running. And then by that point, it's a marathon, right? That from there on out, it's a race. And anybody who comes in new to the market at those points has to like, you think the crypto mindset course is kind of intense with how many webinars we do. We do 15 live, 5 pre-recorded, and we do that within a 2.5 week span. A lot of people feel that's intense. At this point in the market, it's a stroll in the fucking park.
That's what I was going to say. That's what it is that you sign up for. Go ahead, Miguel.
Yeah, during like the bull market, we had to add tons of more webinars. We were doing closer to 20 plus webinars live, just because things were moving fast. We actually had to make a redaction one time because news came out that fast that we said on a coin said, "Oh no, that was wrong." Boom, this is now the news. We're in the clear. Or like one of the big calls that we did was like we told people to dump, so this is early in the cycle, but we had a coin called Aave that went from ETHLend to Aave. We told people who have the coin just sell it all and just rebuy back the coin, and that was the smart move because there was just too much. Sometimes when coins do these kind of upgrades, it's better to just sell it, get into cash, and then from there buy it once all the smoke is cleared. Because
right.
You might get in some big problems, or you might do it wrong, and you get effed out of your coins basically.
Okay.
So yeah. So in terms of Salem's questions here, as a starter, which is the best route to take? Should I invest first and have? So
that was going to be
a really great amount, brother. 5,000 to 10,000, dude. Like I'm not trying to blow smoke up your butt, but like. Bro, like that. I mean, let's just if it's 10,000, if you're putting like 10,000 into crypto today, you could still and this is very conservative. Conservatively, you're gonna make about 50 grand on that.
Woo!
Conservatively.
Wow.
That's very conservatively. But if you go a little more moderate portfolio, still holding Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then you get into more like L1s and alts and stuff like that. I mean, it's upwards of like you're going 100,000 to maybe $200,000.
Oh my God.
Where else would you get that? But but there's a certain thing you have to do is like, I would really recommend you, Salem, to join the course to know what you're doing in the first place, because I know a lot of guys that do invest in crypto and then they make one mistake. They accidentally send the coins to a wrong address.
Oh my God.
This has happened to people. They, everyone in crypto is not your friend. You ask for help for crypto on the online, they're going to ask you for your passcodes. You won't think, yeah, sure. They look legit. They'll drain your wallet. There's a lot of shit.
Hold up. So there are people out there that ask you for your cold storage, user and password, and people are actually giving it to these people.
Yeah, because they look like they're like from like, so you'll go on Twitter or you go somewhere and ask, hey, I can't get my MetaMask to work. Hey, hi, what's going on, man? We're from MetaMask support. How can we help you? And they look very official. Some of these guys will even get on the phone and stuff like, he's like, hey, how are you? Like, oh, don't worry, this happens a lot. Like the crypto space is really difficult and stuff. So okay, well, have you tried this? Did it work? No. Okay, how about here? If you give us your codes right now, we'll do it in the back end for you.
Oh no! Oh my!
You'll have to change your password, and so they'll honeydick you the whole way. They'll say, hey, just give us your codes. We'll unlock the wallet for you, and then from there, you are going to have to then change and put yourself a brand new password afterwards.
Oh my God!
Sure, of course. It sounds right. You're like, fuck yeah, finally someone's helping me. Dude, about time. Thank you so much. And then boom, gone. You're drained 50,000, 100,000, million bucks. People have fallen for this at all levels.
Oh my dude, you're fucking giving me heartburn right now, man. Oh my God. Oh my guys, what you guys just heard, this is why it is absolutely critical, absolutely paramount to link up with someone you can trust, man. Because just like I've been in the space for a little while and I'm not nearly as knowledgeable as you guys, but I would never have guessed that there are scammers out there that are that efficient at taking your money. And guys in crypto, like, they're not idiots. And the fact that they're swindling guys who are on the lookout for this sort of thing, that just means these guys really know what the hell they're doing, man.
Definitely. And it's at all levels too. And that's just like you not knowing how to operate it. Then there's this whole thing too where people don't know what a good investment versus a not good investment is, and they get into coins where you buy them and you can't sell them.
Right.
So we have entire webinars. We have pre-recorded webinars and a live webinar where we stop you from getting wrecked. And this is why we've been the biggest onboarders in the red pill space.
Okay,
we're really proud to say that. We've been able to help this space quite a lot. And we've helped like 14,000 people so far through our products.
Whoa!
Yep.
Wow, that is incredible. Here's an interesting question here from Shamron_BOF.
Yeah.
I want Charlie to address this one. It says there will be a bull run. The question is, when would it be a good time to cash out of Cardano? That's a very good question.
So there'd be two metrics you have to look at: time and price, right? So in terms of time, we want to think about the 4-year cycle with Bitcoin and say, okay, what's the parameter of the tops that we've seen so far in Bitcoin's history? Most of that, like I would say the absolute earliest, and this would be an anomaly, would be the very end of this year. For some reason, somehow we just rock it up to like $120,000 and we get an early peak. So that would,
if Charlie, you mean what? No.
To me, I think that'd be highly unlikely. I think at the end of the year we'll be around like $80,000 Bitcoin.
Woo!
Just cracking all-time highs.
I'm sorry.
But I like the excitement. But and those are just the beginning, right? But like, so anyways, like Q2 to Q4 of 2025 is the most likely band there. So about March to October or maybe November of 2025, that's going to be your sweet spot in terms of time. So you really want to be at that point, like highly alert. Anytime Bitcoin's above $100,000, you're really focused. And I do have a theory that we might actually go up to like 120, go back down to like 80, and then go up to like 140, 150, 160.
Oh, wow.
So like that type of move will really fuck with people too.
Yes.
But so in terms of timing, that's the timing. In terms of price specifically for Cardano, my higher end for Cardano in the bull market would be about $10. And then my lower end for Cardano would be about $6.
Okay.
And the previous all-time high was $3. If you're getting in at this current moment, it's about 40 to 50 cents, I believe.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you're going to be on plenty of X's by the time it gets to $5 if you start DCAing out either from the previous all-time high of $3 or between $3 to $5, DCA out, and then have that hourglass flipped. And as we get closer to Q2 2025, if those prices aren't hitting for whatever reason, doesn't matter. You're still going to have to take profits because you'll be up regardless. It just don't have a specific number in your mind that it has to get to.
Okay. Funkmaster Hex, I'll go to Miguel after this. Funkmaster Hex, that's actually clever, says, this is my 5th course. There is legit flood of good information in the course, and it helps you keep paying attention to the market. I'm gonna tell you what, man, and I like those projections, and as excited as we are about Bitcoin possibly getting to 180, then jumping to 120, back down to 80, up to 140, that can make someone very excited, but also very nervous. But when they sign up for the crypto mindset course, you guys will be there to navigate them through something like this, because it can be a very exciting time, but it could also be a very critical time, and a lot of times not in a good way. Go ahead, Miguel.
And that's 100% right. Like, this is why we did it. Like, we were the only guys, like, whatever like, washed up competition that we did have, they all died. I mean, we were the last Mohicans was right here, was DCC and CC. That's it.
Yes, love it.
Charlie were the last ones. Of course, look, it was red pill guys too. Look at that.
Of course.
Huh? Of course. But what all the grifters, all these guys, they all died. They left, and we were the only people at the bottom of the market. We did a mega course. We went on Fresh and Fit. We went over here with you guys as well.
Yep.
And we got people to buy the lows, and it was tough too, because even on YouTube, even people were like, even some of our guys were, are you sure, Miguel? Like, I'm scared and stuff. I'm telling you, I was like doing gorilla fist to the chest. Yeah. It's time to buy. It's time to buy. It's time to buy. And proven right once again. Now, in terms of what Funkmaster Hex says here, right? It's a flood of information, and this is why people take it multiple times, because we always change it up.
Yes, there we go.
It's an evolving thing.
Yes.
We give the information for that quarter coming up. specifically, as well as we give our sort of our projections on what could happen maybe even a year out. But we especially tell you like this is the game plan for the next quarter, what we're seeing, as well as sometimes, you know, we also are very strategic when we launch the courses. We should have launched this course over a month and a half ago.
Really?
You know why? Yes. You know why we didn't? Because we didn't want to get people into the course when the prices are going sky high for them to get wrecked. Because we didn't want people to buy and then like, Miguel, I'm in losses already. What the fuck is it? It came down after a week, so we waited until this point until everything calmed down.
Yep.
Now we're getting in, so that way when they get in, they're able to get the rush.
Yeah. Right.
And we're able to handhold them. But on top of that, too, you know, can you put his question back up?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry about that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and then the second part is to help people. So there's a lot of OGs, people who've been with us since 21, guys who've just gotten in now. And the reason people keep taking it over and over and over again is because it winds you up and it makes you hyper. It makes you just pay attention to the space. You know, it's like taking every quarter you're taking this boot camp. Well, you're going to stay in fucking shape because you're paying attention. And then you got somebody cracking the whip if you're not paying attention. And then what happens is as soon as you take the course, you become the local expert in your friend group. People have taken one course and they can run circles around.
Wow. So the knowledge is there.
Yeah. And like that's the thing is like the richest people in the world, they invest in themselves. You have to invest in education and in the space, speed kills.
Okay.
The faster you're able to understand the space, the faster you can make money in it. 6 months is a long time in crypto space. If it takes you an extra 6 months to learn what you're doing, you missed out on huge opportunities because you were too timid to buy.
Even 3 months.
You know what they say? There's the old saying, scared money don't make money, right? That's how that goes. We have a question here from Optimistic Realizer in Rumble. He says, does this course teach about crypto mining? I'll let Charlie get the first bite of the apple here, and then I'll let Miguel hit clean up. Go ahead.
We can talk about, questions. And during the Q&A section, we can talk about crypto mining. If you specifically ask questions about it, we'll definitely answer it. Okay. So we cover it. I specifically have mined some Monero-based coins in the past.
Have you?
Yes, but mining is more of a, how should I say it? It's not a relic because you could still, if you're like,
hold on, let me interrupt real quick and I'll let you go. I remember when you guys described to me what involved mining, and just correct me if I'm wrong here. I was led to believe, and this was 2 years ago when we did this, that basically if you wanted to be successful in mining, you pretty much had to live in Iceland. Put your computers put your computers in ice and just put them to work, right? Is it this
lots of money?
Exactly. Is it the same process? Number one. Number two, is it worth it?
It's even more now.
Oh my God.
It's more expensive on Bitcoin. It's definitely harder. Where it's at now is basically for proof of stake based tokens to become a validator or to become somebody who can help transactions go through and basically lock up their capital to make the coin in that particular market more rare. So Ethereum has proof of stake. Pulse Chain has proof of stake. There's a lot of different coins out here that run on the same thing. Okay. In the course, we're going to have a webinar called How to Become a Validator. We're going to be using Pulse Chain.
I was just going to ask the question. This might sound stupid. What is a validator for those that don't know? And by those, I mean me.
So basically, somebody who runs a bit of a computing program, and then takes some coins, take some coins, locks them up in a pool. So let's say, for example, we have a bunch of friends who want to validate, but they want to join my pool because I have the most coins to basically put in there. So I put my coins in there. I put my computing power behind there. They put some coins in the pool to make the pool bigger. And then they also add their computing power. And we basically just validate transactions on the blockchain.
Yeah. Cool. So you have to have a trustworthy reputation in order to be a legit validator.
Correct. Well, and as a validator, if you become untrustworthy, there's some ecosystems where, like Polkadot, for example, where you get slashed, right?
Whoa,
so basically, they start taking your collateral that you staked there and start taking it away. So it's not something you want to play very lightly with. So I would highly recommend, if he's looking into crypto mining, instead look into validating, and then specifically Pulse Chain, because Pulse Chain's so cheap right now that you can become a validator easier than other ecosystems. Ethereum's trying to potentially think of increasing. Right now you have to have 32 Ethereum to basically run a node, and they're thinking to actually potentially increase that. So you want more validators, so you want more
Yeah.
decentralization, and Pulse Chain's a good place for that.
I
So
like
we have
that.
a whole
I like
webinar.
that. Miguel, what are your thoughts on the crypto mining?
So on crypto mining, yeah, we'll obviously teach you guys about it, but we'll dissuade a lot of you guys now. We are, like I think like Charlie said, we are going to be talking about validating, and we're going to do we're going to go over the top change, which one's worth it, which one isn't.
Yep.
Like Polkadot, it is worth it because it's quite
Okay.
easy to do it on an app. There's other ones that are a little more complex. Other ones where their mining is more of a node, where it's basically you have to buy like this stock that, like, imagine they only sell 50 shares and you have to buy one of those 50 shares to be a node operator, so it's very expensive.
Okay.
So what happens is there's ones where it's like doesn't matter how much, there's very low barrier to entry, and other ones where it costs a lot. Like Ethereum, by the way, it's 32 Ethereum is set, so you have to have $72,000 in order to become a validator by yourself. And that can get a little bit expensive. So we like to go into coins where the amount of money you need is quite lower, and you're able to earn money, as well as there's something that's called LPing, which is called liquidity providing.
Okay.
Which is another way for you to earn more money on your coins. But we give people percentages in terms of maybe like you should only be risking stuff in that like 20% maximum of your coins.
Okay.
And the rest of it should just stay put, yeah. So, and we're going to have an entire webinar on that and stuff like that. So,
okay, perfect. So here's a question I think that a lot of newbies probably would want to ask. What exactly do I get when I sign up for the course? I'll let Charlie lead off, and then we'll go with Miguel in the 2-hole.
Yep. So you get me and Miguel for 2.5 weeks. We're there to answer everything.
Oh wait, I didn't mean to hit the stop the cat button. I meant to hit this. Sorry, my bad, dude.
I heard the second one anyway, so we're all good.
That was totally a typo. Jesus.
Stop the cat.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, we're just not going to be there. We're just going to put a bunch of admins in there. Don't worry. No, we don't do that to our students. But no, what we're going to do is so you have me and Miguel straight our expertise for the 2.5 weeks there, and then you'll have that support from us throughout the entire 3 months of the quarter as well. And so, and that's through a Telegram chat.
Perfect.
And so that way it's encrypted, but you have access to it beyond the quarter, so you can stay connected with everybody you're networking with during the quarter. But then you can always add us and ask us questions on a daily basis there. Then in terms of the webinars, we have 5 pre-recorded webinars and 15 live webinars. And the live webinars begin. Yeah, the pre-recorded webinars you get once you sign up for the course. Within 24 hours, you'll receive an email from our support team. If you don't receive it, check your spam or check your filters.
Okay.
And then go in and you'll find it from Charlie or support@cultivatecrypto.com. And then anyways, once you get that email, you'll jump into the Telegram. Then you'll have access to the 5 pre-recorded webinars. You can study those all the way. You can study them throughout the entire quarter, but you can also we recommend studying them into the first webinar, which will be February 9th.
Okay,
and
February 9th, guys. That's 11 days away, guys.
Yep, on a Friday. And then we'll start at 10 p.m. Eastern. Every day we'll go from 10 a.m. Eastern, start at 10 a.m. Eastern and go at 10 p.m. Eastern. Those will be the 2 times we start. They are all recorded webinars. Okay. So even though they're 15 live webinars, we record them all. Within 8 to 16 hours after each one, you have access to it, so you can review it or you can watch it if you missed it. And then the webinars end around February 23rd. So, and if anybody's asking on Super Bowl Sunday and Hangover Monday, do we do webinars? Nope.
Nope.
You guys
learned our lesson.
Hey, look, man. So you guys did do a webinar on Super Bowl Sunday, and it probably didn't work out too well, did it?
I can't remember if we've done webinars.
Exactly. We can't remember.
You guys can't remember whether or not you did a webinar on Super Bowl Sunday. That definitely means that you should never do it on Super Bowl Sunday again. Holy smokes. Miguel, in your own words, in addition to what Charlie said, or if you want to expound on anything he said, what in your opinion is the biggest value, the biggest advantage of signing up for the Crypto Mindset course here in quarter 1 of 24?
It's having like a seasoned team of vets that you
100%.
You join the tribe, you join the family. the crypto mindset course, the Citadel. I mean, the Citadel alone, right, which is like our private group, is over 400 people strong already.
What?
Yep, who have been with us the entire time, never left our side. The crypto mindset course is equal on size, and these are all people that we're supporting each other. We've created like these safety groups where you can ask questions, get answers.
Oh, good.
And, you can hit up me and just put at Dollar Cost Crypto or at Charlie or Cultivate Crypto, and then within a short period of time you'll get an answer to your question, or the chat will answer it for you. This is the beautiful thing, is we've taught a lot of these guys.
These guys know, dude.
Yeah, and we really make sure to have a really great group in there. But one of the biggest things that I'm really proud of, and that Charlie's proud of as well, is that this group is very positive focus. It's about get your money up, man. Work more hours, man.
I like that.
People, when they join this group, they find out that they start saving more money. They start getting better shape. They start making they start saving money. Their investment accounts start shooting up. Basically, all the metrics where you can pretty much track are up and to the right. Or up and to the right.
Control. You can control those metrics.
Yeah. So it's a crazy great system, and on top of that too, I mean, just all the education we're putting guys through and stuff, and then on top of that, like the bullshit meter they get, like once they go to, they'll watch a couple other YouTubers and they'll start catching inconsistencies and what they're talking about very quickly.
So Real John F. Kennedy with the $5 super chat, appreciate that.
Stop the cap.
See, I did that on purpose that time. He says, Miguel and Charlie are legit. Help me double my money. I've lost money trusting big YouTubers, only made money following DCC and CC. Look, there of course is another ringing endorsement. One of the things that I'd like to point out is the fact that you guys record all of these webinars. Do you guys give your students, your new sign-ups or signees, I don't even know if that's a word, do you give them access to past webinars, or do you only, because I understand how the information in some webinars could be a little bit different, but by the same token, the concepts are the same. What are your thoughts there?
We do have some evergreen webinars.
Okay, there we go. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah, from previous quarters, some way back, some more recent that we sprinkle in depending on the quarter. One of the ones that I like in particular is this one that we did. I think it was back in might have been 2021 or late 2020, but it's called Billionaire Mindset, and we just went through all the biggest whales in crypto and kind of like how did they get to where they got, and what was their journey, like what did they do along the way, what did they do similar, what did they do different, and like what was their mindset along the way. So
how about that? That's great intel, man. That's really good intel.
Yeah. So we might drop that one here this quarter, but we usually have a good chunk of those that some of them will put in, depending on what we think is most useful for what we're teaching that quarter. Right. So we want it to complement the webinars.
Miguel, anything to add there?
Yeah, and then sometimes there's like a really big macro event that happens that kind of coincides with something that happened in the past, and we're able to
give an example.
This is the beauty of having such a library. Like we have this giant, like it's like each time I release a course, it's like we make an album. So we have a huge discography that we're able to.
Oh wow, that's a brilliant analogy, man.
And then we put it out there, remix it, and drop Ashanti on it, and then we go.
He said we remix it, then we drop Ashanti on there. Dude, I haven't heard of Ashanti.
I know it forever. I was just listening to her. I just listening to some album.
Hey, look, the only time I listen to Ashanti is when she's doing a feature with Ja Rule. That's
yes, that's exactly the song. Yep.
See, there it is. Great minds think alike. So I know you guys are getting ready. To do Fresh and Fit. Yep. You guys are getting ready to go over there and do Money Mondays. I will definitely be watching those. Give me your closing thoughts. We'll go Charlie, then we'll go Miguel. What are your closing thoughts on the Crypto Mindset course, quarter one here in 2024? What are some of the themes that you're going to be looking for? What are some of the trends you're going to be talking about? Maybe some future dollar cost averaging. I don't know if that's even possible. What are your thoughts on the cryptocurrency community moving forward? Not just all time, but from quarter one on.
Okay. Yeah. In terms of like this quarter, one of the themes that I'm thinking that I want people to be thinking about through our courses. I'm calling this course your bags better be packed course.
Ooh.
Meaning, the majority of your portfolio should be set by basically the end of March of this year. Now, of course, going forward, we still will have a little bit of time going into about June to potentially add to the portfolio more. But like I said, we're going into the marathon from there.
Yes.
And so
into Q2.
Right. And so in Q2, you're going to have to move a lot faster. So if you haven't prepared yet in crypto, you're already behind. If you haven't prepared enough, this is the last time to do so comfortably. By the time we get post halving on Bitcoin, which would be around mid-April is when the halving will be, then we're going to have to start running. We're going to have to move a lot faster. The information is going to be like this. And you might have one more dip in the market, but you'll have higher lows. So a lot of altcoins, now I would say 90 to 95% of all altcoins have bottomed out back last September, October. By the end of the year of 2023 at latest, the majority, unless they're brand new coins, of course.
Right.
And so the fact that most of those have already bottomed and they're still relatively cheap and in accumulation, we want to find the highest quality ones of those, share that with you guys this quarter, and really get into the right positions of the portfolio.
Wow. That to me, that is extremely encouraging. And even more importantly, and we all know that investing, like, there's a level of risk, but this kind of thing helps to put my mind a little more at ease, knowing that I've got you guys in my corner, making sure, I'm not sending, my Bitcoin to the wrong address or to some scam artist in Canada somewhere. Quadriga. Yeah, there we go. See, I'll flex a little bit of my crypto knowledge here and there.
That's OG right there. That exchange is OG for sure.
Hey, look, man. Hey, by the way, that dude is not dead. That dude has got him.
No.
That dude, he's like in India or something, bro.
His wife's just looking out into the, like, what happened to my husband? I wonder.
They're on dude, he's on a beach somewhere sipping those drinks with the umbrellas in him, and nobody knows who the fuck he is, man. It was unbelievable. The greatest con job, probably the greatest con job of the 21st century, at least as of right now. Miguel, what are some of the themes you're going to be looking for in terms of the things that you're going to talk about? Obviously, you let the students direct the live webinars, but what are some things that you're going to key in on going from quarter 1 into quarter 2?
So doing really big deep dives into specific L1s. So, we're always watching Ethereum, right? But we're always watching Ethereum, but we're going to get balls deep into the Pulse chain ecosystem, the Solana ecosystem, AVAX a bit, Phantom especially, and as well as some of these new burgeoning L1s. We're starting to have a couple of new ones coming out, and they're starting to look like an interesting, possibly an investment into them, as well as one of the big things that I've been really good at is I've been able to kind of find out which ones are worth investing to in terms of not the L1 token itself, but the underlying tokens. Like our guys made quite a lot of money investing into the Phantom ecosystem.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That Hellcat we were driving around was paid for by Spooky.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Was that the L1 money that we were riding around in that?
Yeah, definitely. That was an altcoin on an L1 money.
Oh my god! Well, I don't want to give away what your license plate is, but it's very, very, very clever. Very clever. I'm sorry, but please continue.
Yeah, and one other thing too is that so this is something that I pride myself on, that I've always been really dorky about the Federal Reserve and the interest rates. So
yeah, of course.
One thing we're really going to be tracking is we're going to give like heads up and breakdowns of Federal Reserve actions.
Good.
So on January 31st, we're going to have a Fed meeting. More than likely, they're not going to lower interest rates, but my belief is we're probably going to drop rates May 1st. I'm sorry, May 1st.
Okay, so
this is one of the reasons that we also had such a bad crash as well. Is we go into 2022, right?
Yeah,
and the Federal Reserve has had interest rates at zero for almost a decade. Zero. Right. So basically free money. People were able. This is why we got real estate prices to go up so crazy. But it wasn't. But this wasn't just specifically just real estate. It was everything. Commodity. I mean, it was commodities. It was stocks, crypto, everything, anything that was an asset class. Rolex prices, yacht prices, helicopters.
Wow! So it affected everything.
It affected anything that you could that the rich want, or anyone would want. Anything that has tremendous demand went up in price substantially. Jesus. Right? But with interest rates increasing, what that does is it makes it harder to borrow money, or more expensive to borrow money. So what happens is then things that are kind of splurges, people, maybe I shouldn't do this. And then this slows the economy down. So the interest rate went from zero in the beginning of 2022
Mhm.
to currently it's at 5.5%. That means when you get a 30-year mortgage for a house, you are paying upwards of 8% on that house.
Oh my God.
It's horrible, yeah, because people who bought it in 2021 were able to get their house for 2 to 3%.
Right.
That 5 extra percent more than doubles the actual mortgage payment.
8%, man. Oh my God, dude. And you can't be a fucking Gen Xer like me or a boomer. Oh my God, Jesus.
This is why people can't move, because you could sell your house for $1 million and move to a different state, unless you're buying a much smaller house
you can't do anything. You're still gonna be hamstrung either way.
Yeah, because you're gonna be paying the same payment for a shittier house, or you're just gonna have to rent and just wait. So what's gonna happen is there's something, and we called it. I'm really proud to say this, that we called the interest rate top, and we
yeah, hey, you did, man. But again, what that sequence there, it scares people, right? And it's and that's a good thing. That means you give a shit. But guys, this is another reason why you have to sign up for this course. Because just like these guys said, man, and there are so many subtle nuances in crypto that if one stone gets left unturned, or if something is not addressed, it really can mean the difference between success and failure. And so the fact that you guys help your students pay attention to these kinds of details, and it's funny, the average, and I'll be quick, I know you guys got to go. The average person, the average lay person would be like, okay, so he's kind of a Federal Reserve interest rate nerd. But if you're paying attention, you're like, oh, wait a minute. What he just described sounds like the first vestiges of, dare I say, inflation for the rich, right? And if something like that happens and you're sitting on a pile of money, people tend to listen. I always, when I started making real money, I thought that I would be less nervous. I thought that when I got to a certain financial level, I thought that I wouldn't. I've done very well for myself. I'll just leave it at that. And I thought that I'd be able to just kind of sit back and just kind of let things, and things are going really well. But every time there's a shift or an interest rate or something, anything with crypto, the first thing I want to do is I want to run and check all my accounts to make sure that I'm not, going to be broke and penniless. This is why it's critical to have guys like you in their corner, for guys like me who know a little bit about a little bit. But someone like me is liable to do something stupid just because I'm freaking out and I don't want to lose everything.
Right.
If that makes sense.
So
no, it makes total sense.
So this is the beautiful thing. We're going to have interest rates drop over the next 2.5 years.
Yep.
From 5.5% to 2.9%. That means So that means we're pretty much cutting the
almost
cost
in half.
of borrowing in half.
Yeah, that's like 45%. Jesus Christ, man.
And that's pretty substantial. That is. So that'll help real estate out finally to start moving. And then on top of that, if people can borrow money and houses are moving again, people can borrow on the houses, people then can buy stocks again. And then the whole market will continue to go higher and keep this Ponzi going.
Allegedly. Guys, listen, thanks for your time, man. You guys are always welcome here. Nobody knows, and I say this every time, you guys don't know the answers to the questions. It just doesn't matter what the question is. Every one of you both of you have extensive knowledge about all this kind of stuff. That's why I feel incredibly lucky to be associated with you guys. Guys, get your hands on the Crypto Mindset course. This is Q1 of 2024. These guys know exactly what they're doing. They're making a lot of people a lot of money. And just like Charlie said earlier, man, if you think you're ahead, chances are you're probably behind. There is no time like the present, and scared money doesn't make money. You got to be aggressive, but you have to be smartly aggressive. And that's why the Crypto Mindset course is absolutely critical for anyone. And again, one last point I want to make. This is the kind of course that is great for both beginners and like the seasoned veterans. If you think you don't know, what could I possibly, I don't know anything about anything. If you have never even said the word cryptocurrency, get into this course, and I promise you'll be glad that you added that word to your vocabulary. If you're a seasoned pro and you're making a bunch of money, just like you guys said, the best investment anyone can make is in themselves. And education, especially when it comes to your money, is something that should never, ever change. Lawyers have to do what's called CLE. That is called continuing legal education. Why? Because the laws change all the time. People change, circumstances change, technology, medicine, all of that stuff changes. And so the same things can't apply statically 24/7. Just like I said, trees don't grow to the sky. Neither does cryptocurrency. But if you have someone there that can help to cultivate, and of course, dollar cost average, I can't believe I just did that, then that really helps to shorten your learning curve. So guys, get on this course as soon as possible. Thank you to DCC and CC. I guess just start calling you guys CCCCD or DCCCD. You guys are on your way over to the Fresh and Fit Studios. What time is that podcast start? It's going to be like in an hour and a half, 6 o'clock, 6:30.
Yeah, it's going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay, perfect. So 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys and listen. Subscribe to both of their channels. Subscribe to the Fresh and Fit channel, guys. Thank you very, very much for imbuing us with this knowledge. We really appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right, guys. Ooh.